her friend and shit. You know what I'm saying? Some shit like that.
Mm.
You you know, your her replacement for you and shit. All kind of shit like that. Or somebody that she just wants to knock off for the moment, you know what I'm saying, and still keep you at the same time.
Hey, Shalom. Hey, little Christ, what's up with your word? Oh, don't sweat, don't sweat. Little Christ. We live, I'm about to play a song.
Okay. Oh, crap.
Warrior with the hands, that's what I'm all about. Hunger in my eyes, vengeance in my mouth. They don't want no altercation. Situation gon' get critical. It's best that you be easy. The end gon' be biblical. Look, flow like a river. It's something like a miracle. Royalty in my veins, tea in my weight. Pay back in every breath. Just revenge in my heart. The truth in every word. Bring light into the dark. And I ain't never lukewarm. Shit, I blazing in the season. Got plenty food for thought. Just gotta watch who I'm feeding. And I've been walking with them angels. So I guess I got this pistol for no reason. Niggas barely breathing, criticizing all my achievements. Won't make me weak. Nah, it won't make me slack off. These niggas begging facts off. Better bear witness or back off. I be ripping shit like sackcloth. Them dogs all buffed out. Muhammad say I buff for. No room for
Did he rip shit like sackcloth?
He
cat in the car got bars like
and they in the way. My niggas righteous, they real, they down to something. Flow so deep, they drown a motherfucker. He say he in the truth, oh yeah? Well, this the home. And I don't hate them brothers, I'm just too loyal to my own. Plus what they believe, hard for me to follow. No right, me no head. And I ain't leaving this body to live and sleep in hollow. So when they ask I'm UPK, he tell them absolutely. And I ain't sure of my ways for nothing. Gotta execute me. Cause I can never die with my tail tucked between my legs. Shit I be thinking, watching my daughters tucked in their bed. They so smart, and Alana, she's so beautiful, but they ain't like other babies, and they daddy far from usual. And I'm missing cause I'm about my father's business. It ain't about the shit I used to do in that 98 Navy, and tan leather seats. See, without wisdom, this world make you weak. I found out that the truth was bitter. The lies are sweet. Tried everything. I guess me and Yohana had to meet. Now I make the blind see. And I make the dead speak. And teach both my little girls the day they think. Lie with a man. They better bring me bloody bed sheets. Chaos match the time. This Glock match my handpiece. And I ain't trying to take him out, but I will defend this house. Or take a check. 144 in that black trench on some hitman shit. She called it 47. Praying for Armageddon. Me and my soldiers dressed for the wedding. Fuck the fame. ASY tell them I'm loyal to the king. To the righteous way. Lord to the king. I want this straight lane to break the chain. Lord to the king. The devil can't have the peace of Lord to the king. Bring that hot flame. New bitch like Lord to the king. To the righteous way. Lord to the king. I want this straight lane to break the chain. Lord to the king. The devil can't have the peace of Lord to the king. Bring that hot flame. New bitch like Lord to the king.
Captain the card of Orion. Dab in the house.
Yeah.
Use
Use the restroom real quick.
Okay. All right. Shalom. We are the I.S.U.P.K. coming out of 1 West on the 25th Street, Harlem, New York. And the commanding Gen.YAHANNA. Today's topic has a lot to do with the opening of the city and the second wave of destruction. Now, we have to understand, with the opening of the cities, say they get opened back up, the second wave might not hit, immediately. Might take a little time, right? But it might come back even worse than what this thing was, right? Now, what we're going to do is we're going to go to 1 Thessalonians chapter 5 and verse 3. There we go.
What was the scripture?
1 Thessalonians 5 and 3.
First Thessalonians chapter 5, verse 3. For when they shall say, peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them, as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape.
Think about this for a second, because you see it all over like Facebook, people saying, yeah, as soon as they open up the city, what they gonna do? They're gonna, they're gonna go out here, they're gonna party, they're gonna throw big old huge parties and stuff like that. This place is gonna turn into the direct representation of Sodom and Gomorrah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, they're gonna be going off. But as soon as they say that, and people start back to partying, something else gonna happen. And that's how things gonna work. There'll be something else happening.
All right.
As a matter of fact, we didn't even get to go into the thing with the Hornets last week, did we?
Yeah, we talked about Hornets.
Oh, okay. I was just wondering if we pulled a scripture on it though.
Yeah, we pulled a couple scriptures about Hornets.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, we did. That's why blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, we shouldn't be thinking like that. And they're so crazy. Here's what's so crazy about it. We the main ones thinking like that, though. So what are they, using this whole thing for? They using this. It seems like it's what it seems like to me is they using this to set us up. The Asians is mad that they took a hit, behind the weaves and all the stuff that we provided for them, all the everything that we done for their people. How we helped and enrich them. First thing they're gonna try and do is try and open, back up quickly. One thing is they want the desires of us to be with them. All of these heathen places, because they all took a hit. They still taking one, right now. Any more on that scripture?
But ye, brethren, are not in darkness, that day should overtake you as a thief.
That's because we see it here. Now, the people that's in mirth behind this can't wait for the day for the city to open back up so they can do this and do that, and so they can just get right back on the ball, that they was on before this stuff happened.
Right.
Those are the people that are in darkness. They in darkness behind this thing because they can't see what the hell's even going on. They think, we just do this and just do that, and we just get vaccinated and we just do all of this, and everything's just gonna run just smooth and fine. And then we can go to we can go back to clubs, everything open back up. They're gonna turn up, right?
Right.
Those are the people that's in darkness. Want to go into verse 5?
Okay. Verse 5. Ye are all the children of light.
What does this mean? We children to see. We know that the oppressor is the devil.
Right.
We know it. And we know that his confederates, all the other heathens, hate blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. We know that.
Right.
So that's what makes us the children of light, because we can see in this dark time.
Yeah. And the children of the day, we are not of the night nor of darkness.
Yeah. We're not robbers.
Right.
We're not drug dealers.
Right.
Or any of that. Those are the children of the night.
Right.
Those are the children that want everything to be in the dark, as their profit comes from the dark. Right. Whatever profit it is that they get, it comes from the dark. Ours come from the light. We ain't the same.
Right. Verse 6. Therefore, let us not sleep as do others, but let us watch and be sober.
Yes, let us watch and be sober. We have to be sober. We have to know that Christianity is the wine of Babylon.
Right.
That gets everybody drunk and intoxicated. That's why when people first come in, to the truth, and then they hear Christians say certain things, and they're like baffled behind it. They're like, man, because the Christian man he's drunk. Yeah, he's drunk.
Right.
He's drunk on Christianity, the whole wine of Babylon. He's totally intoxicated. Go ahead.
And if I could, it's similar. Like there's this one chick that I don't know why do people even know who she is. Her name's like Candace Owens, and she be saying a lot of troll stuff like the black man is getting killed by the cops, it's their fault, and she just say stuff like just to get attention, to say opposite of what black people want to hear and everything.
Right.
And it's like she's drunk trying to get attention.
Right.
She's like dating a white dude. So
right.
She's like drunk on trying to be seen and get noticed and not be pissed, go against what black people are feeling and thinking. She's like drunk on it.
Right, and you know what? And I was thinking that same thing. She was probably having sex with a white man. Right. His sperm done permeated her bones and all of that. But here's the thing though, because they, of course, are being murdered also. I mean, they always have been. They always try to make it like it's just that black man. They find black women hanging, but then here's what she do. She say, well, it's black men protected us. No, you're dying for your sins. You know what I'm saying? Ain't about us, that ain't, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
I mean, She run around, she getting hung and stuff like that. Black women got hung. There's a few pictures of black women being hung somewhere around here.
God.
Matter of fact, there was a black woman that just got hung. She just got hung in one of these cities, from a tree. She got hung from a tree.
God.
And then they sat there trying to make it like the black men's the only ones being killed. We the only ones. The black women are being killed, and they're even killing each other over dudes that they both having sex with.
Right.
You know, like that incident that happened in Louisville years back. That girl was pregnant, and they almost put the whole damn city on lockdown. This woman had so much rage. She shot and killed the girl that the dude that she was with was having sex with. She blew that girl up under a car. She shot her all the way up under a car. The girl was dead already, right?
Right.
Police come on the scene. She's trying to shoot the girl. Police shot her like twice, and she's pregnant. She stumbled back a couple of times, and she looked at the cops, and then looked back down at the girl and kept shooting her. You know, they talk about black men. Black men is getting like they're together with each other. They're not. They hate each other. They can't damn stand each other, and they will murk each other just as fast as they'll try to do something to some black man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They'll do some evil to each other. A lot of cases faster than they'll put a black man on child support. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
This is the bee that's messing with my man and all of that, my baby daddy and all of that stupid stuff, and just sit there, either beat the hell out the damn girl or shoot her or stab her. And Louisville just got this thing that they do, the liquid fire, which is, man, that's some rough stuff right there. That's a damn Louisville thing that the Louisville women like to do. Throw liquid fire in the girl's face.
Right.
Or in the dude's face, either the dude is real handsome or whatever, they're trying to throw it in his face. They try and melt his whole face and everything. They be just dead. They get down and dirty like that.
God.
Okay, go to
There's more in that scripture.
Okay.
Verse 6. It's like verse 7. For they that sleep, sleep in the night, and they that be drunken are drunken in the night. But let us who are of the day be sober, putting on the breastplate of faith and love, and for an helmet, the hope of salvation.
Yes, because see, that's what separates us, from the children of the dark. Because some people just want to stay in this. As soon as the city reopens,
right,
they just gonna hop right back out there to do even more so than what they was doing before, because they're gonna be so happy that it's back open again. They're gonna be so happy that it's back open again. People's gonna want to pack up, in the clubs and all of that instead of thinking, And then it's gonna be a whole lot of black people, though. Blacks and Hispanics, the Latin clubs, and all of that stuff is going to reopen back up, and everybody be going in them and everything. Now, we got to think about this second wave thing, because I just saw a post from, the post that somebody had from like May the 14th, and talking about the reopening of the city, but then the very next day, May the 15th, it was another post saying certain cities are doubled the death toll with the coronavirus. Well, oh no. I'm just thinking, maybe it's something out there that want to open everything back up just to reinfect, just to infect way more people. because I heard someone say that the woman, there was a black woman that was like the spokesperson for, some health stuff or something like that. And she said, we haven't infected enough people. I want to pull that post up right quick. Yeah, I don't think I even shared it to my page. Well, it was a black woman that worked for, she was on the big stage news thing, and she slipped up and said, we haven't infected enough people. Like, damn. I mean, it's something to think about, because think about it, the drugs are still coming. People still being busted for drugs all the time. The drugs are still, it ain't no drought.
Right.
Doing all of this, it's no drought. They still coming. The drugs are still being moved around. They still, people still being busted, raided, all of that. You know. As a matter of fact, the girl, the sister, what's her name? Breonna Taylor in Louisville. They was supposed to be raiding her man's house for drugs when they killed her.
Right.
Now, with them raiding her house, raiding his house for drugs, that means the drugs still moving. Why would he raid it without that? Why would they raid that man's house if that wasn't the case? The drugs are still moving. They still moving hard. I ain't even heard about no, drug droughts or any of that stuff.
Right.
The drugs are still cracking. They still cracking here on 10th Street on a dime. They still cracking.
Right.
Everybody, I mean, hell, even damn crack, which I thought crack was, off the scene. Crack is back to popping again. Even that. Like, damn, because I ain't heard nobody, what I'm saying, looking for crack for a long time. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They looking for whatever the hell else it is that they doing out there. This particular sister that approached me wanted some crack. And she said the work. You know what I'm saying? That's what, we would call crack, like, down like this way.
God.
And I was shocked. I asked her, you talking about crack? She was like, yeah. I'm like, no, we don't, when it gets down like that. But anyway, I mean, damn, it was shocking that people even still smoke crack.
All right.
So obviously the drugs is still moving.
All right.
Well, something to kind of think about, though. You know, and then they supposed to be what, indicting Bill Gates or something like that. You know, they're supposed to be like indicting him for this whole thing. And it's a funny thing about that too, because I heard about him being up under Henry Kissinger like a lot of years ago, before I even started even knowing, you know, really much about anything. Like he was supposed to be up under him, and dude was supposed to be somewhat over population control and stuff like that. Then it kind of made me think, you know, the Georgia Guidestones, all of that shit, you know, all of that stuff right like that. Like, man, you know, something to consider. Well, anyway,
This morning on the scripture.
okay.
But let us, oh, Salaki. For God hath not appointed us to wrath, but to obtain salvation by our Lord Yahweh Shai HaMashiach.
Right. To obtain means to keep it, to hold fast to it, you know, to obtain it. Make sure that you still have it, you know. Any more?
Who died for us, that whether we wake or sleep, we should live together with him.
Because this world, you know, is bringing hell down. You know, hell, they had the corona, the whole corona thing, and talking about that in the pork places. So that means these major pork places is taking huge hits also. So obviously it ain't just the bat. You know, that stuff is being found in all kind of, you know, different meat places and everything. You know, and that's one of the reasons why there's starting to be such a shortage of meat in the cities. Now think about this. Imagine with them moving meat out of the stores, but then they reopen in the city, right? And people will be packed in places, and it'll be a shortage of meat, which people love meat. You know, chicken, steaks, they love pork, they love all of that.
Right.
So now they also have the mindset to be savages with that, because now they're in these large groups again, but with a famine going on. That's rough right there. You know, that's more of an incentive for them to kill one another. You know, things like that, you know. Because most carnal people, you know, they can't, the children, the people that's in the dark, they ain't trying to be without no meat.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They ain't trying to be vegetarians and vegans and all of that. They used to fulfilling their lust. You know. So that's gonna set, you know, also plant some seeds also.
Right.
So the murder rate could shoot up even higher. Of the things that we don't even think about, you know.
Right.
Any more?
Wherefore, comfort yourselves together and edify one another, even as also ye do.
Because everybody that's not down with the UPK is in darkness. It is what it is. Any more?
Verse 12. And we beseech you, brethren, to know them which labor among you, and are over you in the Lord, and admonish you.
Right. Yes. To know them. Know like the men that are over you. To know those men and the men that are under you. All of that. Know one another, bond with each other like a family, like what we're supposed to do. Because in these times, we live in a time to where everybody want to be separate from one another. I don't, I walked down the street, the other day. I didn't have no mask on or nothing like that. But the guy with the mask on was looking at me like, you know what I'm saying? I could just see the look in his eyes, like, you ain't got a mask on? You might got the corona.
Right.
People looking at each other like that. The world gets divided on this type of thing. Oh, I was also in the store the other day, and dude knew this sister and everything. Older sister. She's like, but 6 foot. Give me 6 foot. She like that. You know,
Right.
so they're divided.
Right.
We don't think like that. They get spooked off everything that's being said, and they start, getting away from each other. Which they were already trying to be. It was already prone to be away from each other any damn way. Because of how thinking about how their lives might not be so successful if they be with other black people. So you couple that with what's going on now, all of a sudden now they're get away from me. They're all like that. It's like little slaves.
All right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, shoot. I know some Israelites that felt like, okay, you shouldn't go. You be mad if somebody went outside on Thursday, but because they was lifting the lockdown on Friday. So if you went out on Thursday, they mad at you because you didn't wait till Friday. Like, it don't matter which. If either Thursday or Friday, if you gonna get it, you gonna get it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It ain't gonna not get it just because the government said open the city up.
Right.
Now nobody's gonna get it now. You go out and be free.
Ain't that something? Yeah, Friday, like everything just gonna go away.
Right.
Everything just gonna go away just because it's the next day. What type of sense does that make?
Right.
People still gonna be dying that day.
Right.
They're gonna be dying Thursday, and they're gonna be dying on Friday too. Saturday, Sunday, Monday.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They'll be dying all during those days also, even though the thing, the whole, curfew, whatever, the thing's been lifted. They're still gonna be dying.
Right.
Anything else?
Yeah, there's more scriptures.
Okay.
And to esteem them very highly in love for their works' sake, and be at peace among yourselves.
Yes. Because at this time, the people that's in the truth cannot be fighting each other.
Right.
You can't. You cannot do that. It makes no sense to do that. Because one of the things, hell, the Christians, they're against each other right now. In fear that but let me tell you who is clicking together, though. The oppressors.
Right.
They got a group that is challenging the government. And I was saying this a long time ago, a few years ago, you know, that the state power don't want to fight against them. They don't want to. You know what? They'll bend to certain commands against them, and both parties will have their common enemy in mind, which is us.
Right.
So with them doing that, you see the thing when it's talking about stay home, stay safe, and all of that stuff, and 6 foot and all of that. But then they'll see them, and they won't be like, why they ain't 6 feet apart? Why they gathering together in groups? They won't say nothing because they understand that they're free people
Right.
and we are slaves. They understand that, so they stay in a Negro place. After I was telling us all of this garbage, you know what I'm saying, like they're free people, but in reality, they just believe that they're choice slaves. That's it. You know, they'll do that. Any questions on there or anything?
Just people checking in.
Okay.
No questions.
Right. Let's go to Romans 11 and 12. Good thing.
Romans chapter 11, verse 12. Now, if the fall of them be the riches of the world.
And I brought this out last week, too. If the fall of them, and who is the them? The them is the us.
Right.
You know, that's one thing. That's one thing we got to wrap our minds around. You know, the fall of us is the riches of everybody else.
Right.
And that's why they got so much wealth, power, and all of that. Because we're in a fallen state and we feed the whole world. We're the battery that runs this whole world system.
Right.
You know, it's funny though, because if we was in like the drug game or something like that, we wouldn't want to play that position. You know, we wouldn't want to play that. If we was like in a drug game or, you know, at a drug warlords like on the wire and everything, they trying to, you know, jockeying for power against each other and all of that stuff, you know, we would not want to take a position like that.
Right.
But it's funny that we do this stuff now. And that's what has to do with just quote unquote essential workers, which consists majority of black people.
Right.
You know, that's another funny thing that people need to think about. And here's the thing too: if there's a second wave and the outbreak of the virus, the coronavirus,
Right.
they're gonna blame those essential workers. They're not gonna give a damn about them upholding this society and all of that stuff. They're not gonna give a damn about that. They're not gonna care. They'll say, see, you're the problem. You guys are the problem. That's what they'll do. And they'll do that. Got anything else?
And the diminishing of them, the riches of the Gentiles.
Whoa. The diminishing of us. But now we know why. But and you know what? Planned Parenthood ain't stopped. They ain't stopped the beat.
Right.
Through all of this that's going on, I ain't never heard about no Planned Parenthood facilities and all of that being shut down. If anybody's heard of that, you know, hit me up, email me or whatever, you know. I want to see that. I ain't heard about none of that. You know, they're still rolling just like, you know what I'm saying? They still rolling. You read that part again?
God. And the diminishing of them, the riches of the Gentiles.
The diminishing of us is the riches of the Gentiles, because think about it for a second. Planned Parenthood is on Wall Street. It's up under an assumed name. You know, the person got to know the stock language and stuff like that. Hell, I didn't even know back. I was planning on investing in some stock back in the day. I didn't even know that they had their own language. You know, the guy told me, you know, that they had their own language and everything. And for me, he could have just took my money, but he didn't do that. What he did was he just he told me, look, what you probably need to do is just do some time to study, you know, about the stock market, learn the language, then come back to me to see if you willing to invest. You know, they have their own language, so Planned Parenthood might not be under Planned Parenthood on the damn Nasdaq and all of that. It might be named through another company because these companies invest in those things and they can't go up under an assumed name because they have investors. You know, hell, they might have 100 investors and them destroying black, Hispanic, and Native Indian children. They'll all be in different names, just like Standard Oil. You know, Standard Oil was broken up into like 7 companies, all of them having a different name. So it's harder to link them back to one person because also too in America it was illegal. They made it illegal for one company to monopolize all the oil, so they had to break it down. That's how the Bushes started to get rich. They bought into one of the 7, and that's how they started the Bush fortunes.
All right.
Planned Parenthood would be no different. It's just as lucrative as oil. The destroying of black, Hispanic, and Native Indian children is big business. You know, huge business. So what do? They break that down into other companies also, and then you see the name, and you don't know exactly what it is. That's the way that they do things.
All right.
We got any more going?
Yeah. Let's see. The diminishing of them, the riches of the Gentiles, how much more their fullness?
How much more our fullness? You know, we get back. You know, read that part again.
Yeah. From the top.
No, just that part that you just read.
And the diminishing of them, the riches of the Gentiles, how much more their fullness?
How much more our fullness? Because for one thing, what are we going to do? We're going to bless the whole earth while they gobble up everything, and then they have to face a curse themselves behind them doing so. And that's how China gets corona. Now they got to take a huge hit. Now that the shops and stuff like that, you know, these Asian shops, the nail shops and stuff get shut down. Sisters is now doing their own nails. But with the fullness of us, they'll learn not to eat a bat. Something simple as that. They'll learn not to eat a bat, not to eat a rat,
Right.
not to eat a pig, not to eat a, you know, vulture or whatever the hell else they squids, octopuses. They'll learn not to eat those things.
Right.
Any more?
Come. Verse 13. For I speak to you Gentiles, inasmuch as I am the apostle of the Gentiles.
Huh. He said he speak to the Gentiles, you know, the apostle of the Gentiles, because one thing, who was majorly called the Jews there? It was majorly of the southern kingdom that was called the Jews there at that time.
Right.
You know, he's teaching, you know, the people that didn't, you know, look at themselves as Jews, even though they were the physical bloodline of Jacob, because they were, whatever for whatever reasons they were, scattered out. They didn't get circumcised or whatever the case was. They were out there, and the Apostle Paul was he was them. That's the reason why he went to like Timothy. I think it was Timothy, and had to have Timothy circumcised just to please them, because he was looked at as a Gentile because of that. Just like today. I mean, we got to look at today. You got a lot of people that they know the Israelites, but then when we say the Mexicans is Israelites, how they look at them.
Right.
They not looking at them as Israelites, and they go hard to try and prove that they're not Israelites, which that does not even hold water. Their whole little findings or whatever, doesn't even hold water. So they looking at them as Gentiles. So now you can put this in today, like if Apostle Paul was to live today, and he was to go among a bunch of people, bunch of brothers and everything that was like, that were, kind of, skeptical about that whole thing, and he was to bring a brother in that he knows, is an Israelite, that's down with the truth and stuff like that, then he would have to, he got the pressure got so strong on him. It was like, damn, just to please them, we just gotta get you. We're gonna get you circumcised so that we can go ahead and further this work, because they were making such an argument concerning that. You got anything else?
God. I magnify mine office.
Yeah, he magnifies his office because I mean, hell, he's ranked right up under the 12.
Right.
Yes, he can magnify his office. He's ranked right up under the 12. That's his right, because without that, then there'll be, they'll have a hardcore devout brother that's in this truth and everything, you know. He didn't grow up in Jerusalem or whatever the case is, just like the Apostle Paul didn't. Apostle Paul was from actually Tarsus. Tarsus historically is southern Spain, So Apostle Paul is getting this brother, in and everything. But dude, them got they got a problem with that. And now it's the time for him to magnify his office now and just start to give orders. Anything else?
Verse 14. If by any means I may provoke to emulation them which are my flesh, and might save some of them.
Yeah, to provoke, it's to provoke the ones that is of his flesh, he will certainly use that. The whole southern kingdomers. Because hell, at one time, we was kind of looked at like one tribe. We was looked at pretty much up under the umbrella of Judah. Obviously, the Apostle Paul was dealing with brothers of other tribes that were not looked at as Jews. Brothers of other tribes, brothers as, of course, they were, kind of like borderline cast out for whatever reason, stuff like that, the families, all of that stuff, And then he provoked those, that he was dealing with constantly, because they was on that, that whole thing of, no, he ain't an Israelite, he ain't this and he ain't that. Pretty much trying to glue things back together, because it's also a prophecy when it talks about, Ephraim and Judah being blended, being the stick being reunited. And you'll be surprised at how many people don't want that. You'll be surprised. We got any more?
Verse 15. For if the casting away be the reconciling of the world, what shall the receiving of them be?
Right.
But life from the dead.
Right. You know why? Because keep it all the way real. There's a lot of times the Southern Kingdom, you know what I'm saying, is the ones that get this thing sparking back to cracking. You know, and then the other tribes come in and get on board with it. And then we all be joined, you know, we all come back as one like what we supposed to do. And then there is another thing too, because you also have, you know, so-called black revolutionary brothers that don't even see the contributions that the other tribes have gave to us, that they've done in this, just in the history of America.
Right.
They don't see it. They don't want to. A lot of them don't want to see it. You know, they have helped us in every movement we've ever had. I'm just keeping it real. They moved us, you know, they moved, they, I mean, hell, even if it was some wicked and gangs and everything, it was still, you know, the same. They helped us, but they helped us in every movement, every single one of them. They say, oh, what did they, how did they join with black people? Yeah, we all were, you know, because families stick together, even if you hate each other. Hell, you know, we were all communicating. We didn't even have no goddamn cell phones. During the time of the revolts, we were all communicating. Blacks and Hispanics were communicating with each other. That's the reason why you had the Judites that was running to the Gadite, you know, reservations and everything, and we was all becoming, and they was taking the Judites and everything and putting the whole crown of feathers on their head and making them kings. You know, because even at that time, even then, they understood the order and everything. The leadership of the tribe of Judah, they understood that. You know, we was communicating with each other. You know, all the different tribes, Asher and Gad were communicating. You know, Benjamin. You know, and Zebulon, Asher. You know, I mean, it was going like that, which that amazes me to this day because we didn't have none of the technology. Like we couldn't just hit each other up on the horn. You know, we couldn't do that, which that still amazes me to this day. And we had you know, it's funny because it was like military strategies and everything that was, you know, like we was communicating with the brothers from Haiti, you know, all of that. You know, which, like I said, that amazes me to this day. You had people that was braiding hair and giving, you know, slave routes. Sisters was braiding brothers' hair and was encoding slave routes for, you know, escape and stuff like that inside the braids.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Inside the braids. Now think about this. She braiding and twisting hair. You line 10 brothers up. Now you have a whole route to go, you know what I'm saying, where you need to go right then. It was even doing stuff like that. We was communicating strong with one another. But at the same time, you incorporate the devil, the confusion happens, and the hatred towards one another happens, and there we go again. You know. And then they start, you know, all of this started, you know, breeding, you know, it started, you know, make you look more like them, all the different kind of stuff that they were doing. I mean, we pull up to some hell of a fight, so I ain't even gonna lie. We fought hard. Benjamin and Gad was tearing them up in the mountains. You know, we had some serious, you know, stuff going on. You know, strategic, you know, hardcore generals and, you know, people that were masterminds and stuff like that with strategy and stuff like that. And they were slaves and were still that good with it.
Right.
You know, they need to make movies like that. You know, where are those movies at?
Right.
Yeah, that's why we gotta have our own stuff, man. You know, our self-esteem has been beat to nothing in this place.
Right.
You know, you watch Chinese movies, and they'll have movies where they warred against the devil and won, stuff like that.
Right.
We don't be having that because we going to the devil for the movies. You know what I'm saying? To get the movies together.
Right.
You know.
I was just talking to my rib, if I could. I was just talking to my rib about this the other day. Cause she was saying she was watching Die Hard, and I was like, well, shit, I can't watch TV. I can't watch these certain movies because in every movie there's always some white guy who's like the hero doing these amazing, great, amazing things, and he's like the most amazing guy on everything and everything.
Right.
He's super great, super smart, super. I'm like, in real life, he ain't nothing. In real
Right.
life, he's just a murderous, school shooting bastard. You know, rapists
Right.
and stuff like that. They got, 2 left feet, can't jump.
Right.
But in the movie, he's doing amazing. He's a playboy. He's super smart. He's a hero. He's a savior.
Right.
He's everything. I'm like, I can't watch no movies with that BS in it.
Right.
I can't watch it no more. I was like, man. Before, when I was younger, I could watch it and appreciate it and like it. But now, as a man, I can't watch that stuff. It's just too fake. Too
All right. Yeah. It really is. And then, and it puts the image of them as being great and something that you should inspire to be. And so even if you got the type of brother, he's not like super athletic or anything like that, well, he'll go into try and be like, super smart under, the oppressor's kind of way. Start talking like him, stuff like that, imitating the character because the character ain't on there talking Ebonics.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And then he look at the way black people talk as something evil and inferior. So he has to go and talk like them.
Right.
And which that's another thing that trips me out. Because a brother that talks like a brother, how should that be inferior? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That shouldn't be inferior.
Right. And if I could, you brought out another movie called Blood and Bone or something with Michael J. White.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, man, I don't really like Michael J. White acting that much because first of all, he's extra stiff, and then second of all, he tries to act like he's Asian or something. Like he's meditating and he's saying all this feng shui stuff like he's Jackie Chan or Jet Li.
Right.
He don't ever just be black.
Right.
And I told her I like the movie with Ice Cube because they made him, they bust him out of jail to do a mission, and he was like, man, we need the white dude was like his flunky. It was like, doing all the computer stuff. He just disrespecting the white dude, right? Treating him like shit, punking him and shit. And then the white dudes, they like, man, we need a place to lay low. He's like, man, I got the perfect spot. He pulled up in the hood with all the niggas and stuff. They was in the chop shop, a whole bunch of rap music and niggas in there, guns and big fofos and big cars and stuff. He's like, yeah, this is a perfect spot to lay low. You know what I mean? They playing together. I'm like, that's at least he being black in this movie.
Right.
But I ain't like Michael J. White because he's like trying to be Asian.
Yeah.
Like he's a master of the arts and
the arts of Buddha. And,
like he don't be black.
Right.
He's not black in his movies.
Right. And you know what that does? That pushes black people's mind to join Buddhism. Mm-hmm. And then you become a Buddhist slave, and you feed Buddhism. You know what I'm saying? To your own detriment.
Like,
the detriment.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, like the brothers who like worship martial arts and stuff, the Wu-Tang Clan and all. They worship. They end up turning around and worshiping the martial arts. Right.
They ended up with like this bastardization of that, and they don't look at them like anything. The Asians don't look at them like anything unless they become like super famous and stuff like that. Then like, okay, we can use him. He's profitable. We can use him so that we can set up businesses in his people's neighborhood and we can gain money. All of these, brothers and sisters that think that they so smart, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But can't see those angles.
Right.
But what's really tripped out though is our people really don't give a damn about our people as a whole. The progression of our people or anything like that. We don't give a damn about that. that's the thing that really hits us because everybody else care about their own.
Right.
And they're solely about their own when it all boils down to it. We will be about everyone else when it boils down. That's a huge problem. Anything else?
God, scripture.
Okay.
Verse 16. For if the first fruit be holy, the lump is also holy.
So think about it. If the tribe of Judah is holy and people have a natural knack to follow the tribe of Judah, that will make them want to be approved by the tribe of Judah, and they'll start to change. They'll start to, we won't look like two different races then.
Right.
We look like the same race. Just like, when you see certain people come here from different places and everything.
All right.
They come from whatever country, them Panama, stuff like that. They'll come from, different areas and stuff like that, and they start hanging around the tribe of Judah. What did they start to do? They start to act just like the tribe of Judah, to where you can't even tell the difference.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But even though that's done in like the street thing or whatever, which could lead into the truth. But they'll start to act like us. Even the same with Issachar. When Issachar is with each other, Issachar here is different from the Issachar you got in certain other places. Like Texas and California, they're different because they are moved to imitate the tribe of Judah more, while the ones over on our side is more like heathens. You know what I'm saying? Because they're trying to make sure that they're not attached with the tribe of Judah.
Right.
So, if can you read that scripture again?
God. For if the first fruit be holy,
If the first fruit be holy,
the lump is also holy.
the lump is also holy. If the southern kingdom, because that's who this who first really come through like that. We be holy, then everybody else is going to follow the tribe of Judah. Matter of fact, I would like to get to further drive this through. I'd like to get Genesis 49 when it talks about the tribe of Judah.
Genesis 49 and 8. Judah, thou art he whom thy brethren shall praise.
And now this is a prophecy. Can you take that, Will? Can you take that to the where they talk about the prophecies when they talk about in the last days, so people know exactly what time frame this is talking about?
God. Genesis 49 and 1. And Jacob called unto his sons and said, gather yourselves together, that I may tell you that which shall befall you in the last days. Gather yourselves, verse 2, gather yourselves together and hear, ye sons of Jacob, and hearken unto Israel your father. Verse 3. Reuben, thou art my firstborn.
Can you go back to the last and just emphasize on the last days?
Okay. 49 verse 1. Gather yourselves together, that I may tell you that which shall befall you in the last days.
In the last days, that's what we in now. Wasn't the last days back then.
Right.
And we didn't have, when they talked about, Simeon and Levi being brethren, meaning that they would be on the same land. Levi didn't even have a land, at the time. So, but Levi had a time in these last had a land in these last days, though, which was called Haiti. Yeah, that's the only time Levi really ever had a land. I mean, his own land, because Levi was with every other tribe, because every tribe had to have some priests. They had the priesthood at the time. Okay, can you skip down to the part where it talks about Judah?
Con. Genesis 49:8. Judah, thou art he whom thy brethren shall praise.
Think about it. That's why the revolutions are really sparked like that by the tribe of Judah. That's the reason why the founder of the I.S.U.P.K. with Tribal Z, and then he put the other brothers and they became, leaders and everything like that. This is the reason why, a lot of times they hate us the most. And then also, too, when you have Benjamin and Levi, and you had a piece of the other tribes that were also down there, too, but we all went up under the same umbrella. They called, like the woman of Asher, she was called a Jew. You know, even though Jew was short for Judah, she was still called a Jew. The old woman that, made supplications day and night and was praying and everything day and night, she was looked at just like us. It was like it was no difference.
All right. Let me keep reading.
Come.
Thy hand shall be in the neck of thine enemies.
That's one of the reasons why they always want to go for us like that, because our hand is always our hand is always in their neck, because we are the tribe that speak out for every other tribe. We will speak out. I mean, you can even see this stuff like you're on a public transportation bus, and say it's a hot summer day, and everybody's on the bus and riding, and there's no air. Now on this bus, you have blacks, Hispanics, and devils predominantly. Who's going to be the first person to say something about the air on the bus? I've noticed this all throughout my life. It's going to be that black man. Now he's hated and looked at as a drug addict and all of that. But when he started to, say stuff, to try to get things done and everything, all of a sudden he becomes a king. Just on that 30-minute bus ride.
All right.
And now they now the bus driver cuts the air on such and such and everything is getting cool, and he goes back to being nothing. He goes right back to being the drug addict, the bum, right there within those minutes. Can you read that part again?
God.
It's just a small example, and we don't even know why things are like that. We don't even know. When people are getting messed around and everything on certain slaveries, who will be the one to stand up? Because Judah makes intercession for his brothers, just like Christ makes intercession for his brothers to the Most High. It's a very similar spirit, but the same spirit there. Go ahead.
God. Judah, thou art he whom thy brethren shall praise.
Yeah, because we looked at as dirt now. I mean, hell, this is the most hated of all the tribes and the most feared of all the tribes, because we have the potential to bring them together. That's the reason for that. We have hell, everything was united up under King David. You know what I'm saying? And Christ had that same spirit to unite the nation.
Right.
You know. Go ahead.
Okay. Thy hand shall be in the neck of thine enemies.
That's one of the things, because they always got to think about what to do with us, how to hurt us, how to injure us, how to play us, the other tribes against us, to play us against the other tribes. They consistently have to think like this, always. And it vexes them. They don't like it. It does not feel good to them. As a matter of fact, just to do a little experiment. Say, um, if you had that, like when you was in the world, because we ain't gonna have no Edomite friends now. When you was in the world, if you real cool with this Hispanic dude, right, and it's a white dude, y'all real cool. You thinking that all three of y'all are friends, right? But as soon as he gets away from that devil and the Issachar right dude get away from you, the devil is going to start to work on him psychologically. And based on, the population of people, like say for instance, if it's a bunch of, Issacharites, then he will just work on him against you. But if it's a land that's a bunch of Judites, he'll work on you against him. That's what they'll do. The same Edomite friend that you say that you have, that you and him both have, and all three of y'all friends and all of that, he's gonna try to make y'all hate one another. That's why they do things like that. And this stuff it's natural for them. Just like it's natural for a wild bobcat or something to hunt prey or something like that. You know, it's natural for one of them bisons to be butting stuff with his horns. Can't
Right.
help it. It's just who he is.
Right.
And that's why the animal kingdom is separate. We ain't all rolling together, like one happy family and all of that. They're not doing that. The buffaloes don't kick it with the lions. Go ahead, go.
Okay. Sorry. Thy father's children shall bow down before thee.
God said the father's children, you know, that doesn't mean they're literally going to just be bowing down and, giving you boot kisses. But what it's going to do is it's going to be like, man, respect the leadership. That's that the leadership right there. That's the reason why I was talking about with the Gadites, how they took the Judite men and made them chiefs. How they understood that this is the order of things. This is how it go. They have that type of spirit on them, and that's one of the reasons why we're the hatedest. Hell, even among us, we're the hatedest. You know, even among us, because hell, even among us, we want to be something else. You know what I'm saying? You know, we'll take pride in trying to be even another tribe, just so it make it look like we ain't black.
Right.
Even though we obviously black as there's the ace of spades. We talk about I got Indian in me, and that's the delusion of that brother's mind and everything, because he figures being black is the worst thing that he can possibly be. So he's like, no, I'm a little bit of something else though. I got something else,
All
and
right.
everybody else see that and they laugh. You know what I'm saying? It's comical from the outside looking in, you know, but in his mind, it makes perfect sense. It's the truth in his mind. You can go ahead.
Okay. Verse 9. Judah is a lion's whelp from the prey. My son, thou art gone up.
Right, they say the lion's whelp, that's a lion's cub. That's a lion's cub right there. And People want to destroy you because of that whole potential and everything. Because for one thing, you know what? We're the most persuasive. That, like, say for instance, like Amalek and Judah are the polar opposites of each other, total enemies because of the influential ability. That's what a lot of people don't understand too. We are, totally against one another. That's why when you go into the Apocrypha, when it talks about Mordecai and Haman, which Mordecai was of the tribe of Benjamin, but of course he was still, up under that whole southern kingdom spirit,
Right.
That's why when he had the dream of them two dragons, you know what I'm saying? Because the way that white people see things, they looking at the influence that we will have on the other tribes, because we will become way stronger if we can get them down with us and being like unto us. So they fight us hard on that. The influential spirit of Judah is something else. Even Commander Gen.YAHANNA, one of his classes was saying that, you know, that whole Southern Kingdom thing, you know what I'm saying? Because, I mean, hell, we're just all pretty much like one another.
Thou art gone up. He stooped down. He couched as a lion. And as an old lion, who shall rouse him up?
Because when you got an old lion, what he does, he's laying, chilling, stuff like that most of the day. But he's experienced, you know, and if he gets pissed off, some things is gonna get, you know what I'm saying? It's gonna be something else. And when he gets pissed off, that's why they always use the Christian leaders and everything to pacify us, to put us back to sleep. That's why they do stuff like that. Because not only is that old lion strong, he's also experienced. He's not like the young lion that expends, the energy on things, and the young lion got to learn from the experiences and everything. Well, he's already experienced like that. So he's also very dangerous. That's one of the reasons why they were killing off the old slaves. He might not have the physical or whatever the case is. He might not have that. But his knowledge is the reason why they had to kill that slave. They had to kill him. They had to breed him and then eventually wipe him out. Okay, ready to get to another talking point here. The woman's body hanging from a tree.
All right.
That's an interesting talking point right there. Let's see if we can pull that story up.
There's a sister that got lynched like recently.
Right.
Did it say the state?
We'll look it up and see exactly.
I can look it up online too.
Okay. Here we go. This is
Putnam County. Oh, that's 2019.
so it was 2019.
The one of them I seen.
Okay. This is 2018, but hell, still the same spirit in this thing. I mean, so from Gainesville, I think that's Georgia. Ain't it?
I think so. Might be up in Gainesville though. There's one.
Yeah, it's Georgia.
That's where it happened.
Right. Yeah, it's Gainesville. Georgia on the National Highway Monday. Says patrol cars surrounded the local Walmart's parking lot as authorities tried to determine the cause of death. Channel 2 News reported Ricky Klaus said the South Fulton detective confirmed that the case was ruled a suicide and no foul play was suspected. Klaus tweeted at 4:29 a.m. This is truly disturbing. The medical the examiner's office here. She then wrote, I just got off the phone with the South Fulton detective authorities to share information with the media. She said an unidentified woman was found hanging from a tree overnight near a Walmart in Old National Highway. She said the investigation revealed the woman killed herself and hung herself from a tree.
All right.
Wow. So what they believe that all of this stuff, all of this persecution and everything, just has to do with black men. That's the way a lot of black women think.
All right.
They go, yeah, police killing y'all. Police killing y'all. Y'all killing each other. Well, the same thing is happening to you.
All right.
You know what I'm saying? But when it happens to them, black men ain't protected us. Then no, come on, man, protect yourself. Then, I mean, hell, you can sit there and say that all of this stuff is happening to us, as if we can this and that, and then you're strong, then you should have been able to protect yourself.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Should have been able to protect yourself. When they getting murdered, and just like that, the Clayton girl. I looked that back up again and everything because her Facebook page and stuff is still up. That was having sex with that devil cop, and he murdered the hell out of her too. I think it's just us and all of that, right? That all of this is happening to. That's garbage. Hell, if she was still alive, hell, she would have might have caught corona from it or something. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
And died an even more horrible death. Right? Another one. Inmate dies of coronavirus. This is a sister. Also, too. I want to pull this one up. Yeah, here we go. Uh, Tiffany Mofield died in an extreme and unusual way of punishment in New Jersey State Prison while experiencing symptoms of Corona-19. The prison administration staff need to prove the family of Tiffany transparency as they try to seek closure. The prison staff should be investigated for their neglectful treatment of Tiffany while she was in their custody. Now, this sister was locked inside the shower room.
All right.
So, who locked the shower room? The guards that did it. But then here's the funny thing about it. They say she was locked in that and died of Corona-19 Who knows what the hell happened? Because it sounds like a setup, like a hit. Because they do that stuff in prison. I don't know what the hell she might have been into or whatever the case is, but they do stuff like that. And the guards and stuff be on board with it. And they'll help them to get you. You know, a lot of times that happens also. What they say, all the black men is locked up and all of it, man. It's a super increasing number of black women that are being in jail. You know.
All right.
I don't think they so tough and they doing, you know what I'm saying, doing all kind of things, stuff like that, and they getting the same punishment as black men. I like to go to, let me see. Lamentations 4. Lamentations 4 and 1. Okay.
Lamentations 4, verse 1. All I can have. Lamentations 4 and 1. How is the gold become dim? How is the most fine gold changed? The stones of the sanctuary are poured out in the top of every street.
This is certainly talking about the fall of us right here.
Right.
Yeah, think about it. We went from being, you know, the fine gold and to being esteemed as nothing, including the sisters, esteemed as nothing. As we go on in this chapter, we're going to see that.
Right.
When we get punished as a nation, we get punished as a nation. Niggas just don't be on the men, you know. Everything's done, you know, in different little ways sometimes, you know, because there was at one time, you know, cops wasn't killing black women. Well, then as things grow on, because they see that she can't control you like they put her in her place to do.
Right.
Now they're gonna kill her too. You know, because that's the only union between the serpent and Eve. It's for the serpent, for the serpent to use her to destroy Adam. And when she can't do it, what he gonna do? He's gonna turn on her. Simple as that.
Right.
As a matter of fact, let me skip down to verse 3. We'll start there.
Lamentations chapter 4, verse 3. Even the sea monsters draw out the breast. They give suck to their young ones.
Think about that for a second. Who's the least likely women to even want to breastfeed?
Right.
That shit hurt. I don't want to do all of that. That hurts.
If I could, I've heard women say that breastfeeding hurt, and they ain't never had a baby.
Right. How the hell they know?
Right.
They listen to other black women. And here's the thing with the childbirth and all of that, it's a sacrifice because, for one thing, a woman's desire should be to have children, especially a boy. Especially. That's where the desire should be at. So with that type of desire comes sacrifice. You know what else hurts? College. You know what I'm saying? You want to go to college, you gotta, a lot of times you gotta work 3 jobs.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Which is quite stressful. And then you gotta pay for this, pay for that. You know what I'm saying? You gotta do all kind of stuff for anything great in life that you want, which shows if they say that this stuff hurts and all of that, that they're not really love. They don't really love that kid like that. Having children is gonna hurt you in some way, regardless. You know what I'm saying? Because you got to do all of this stuff, and then you got to think if this child goes wrong in life, that stuff is going to weigh on you. It's going to be emotional pain, not physical, but at the same time though, like damn, my little nigga just got locked up. You know what I'm saying? It's going to hurt you. It's going to cause you some pain. It's anything that you want that's of any importance. It's going to cost you something. It's going to cost you some pain and some discomfort. Nothing that you really want is going to just be smooth sailing all the way through. Well, the Most High created us, and look what we did. You know what I'm saying? Imagine how much pain he had to go through, all throughout the generations of his creation. So everything worth having is gonna, it's gonna be something to it. It's gonna hurt. You're gonna have pain. That's why women have pain in childbirth. You know,
But good. First time of a woman having sex, so-called hurts. Now
right.
stop them from doing that.
Right, and she's bleeding. When she have it, she have a hymen broken and all of that stuff. Yeah, but at the same time, she's willing to deal with that because she's attached to the man that's what I'm saying doing it.
Right.
Then eventually she starts to like it and all of that. All of this stuff, what I'm saying. All this stuff is a sacrifice. You know. Okay, we go further in the scripture.
God. They give suck to their young ones. The daughter of my people is become cruel, like the ostriches in the wilderness.
Like the ostriches in the wilderness. You go ahead.
The tongue of the suckling child cleaveth to the roof of his mouth for thirst.
And so what's going on here? These women like this eventually just going to have to be punished.
All right.
And that's what this whole chapter is about. The punishment of the daughter of the Most High's people. Let's skip down to verse 6.
Verse 6. Lamentations 4 and 6. For the punishment of the iniquity of the daughter of my people is greater than the punishment of the sin of Sodom. That was overthrown as in a moment, and no hand stayed on her.
Yeah, so this is punishment is just for black men, huh?
Right.
You know what? It's funny because one time I'd mentioned the whoredom of the sisters and everything, right? Now, this sister that was supposed to be like the champion of them or whatever, and the battling or baiting or whatever you want to call it, she went to the one scripture when it said the daughters, the women should not be punished, But then at the same time, the women are dying, though. They're dying.
Right.
So obviously, she has some understanding in that scripture that she didn't have. It says on one end, I won't remember the scripture. I'm paraphrasing it though. The scripture I'm talking about.
Nah.
Yeah, I'm paraphrasing it, but as a matter of fact, I want to look that up. Hosea 4:14. She pulled this scripture.
The book of Hosea, chapter 4, verse 14. I will not punish your daughters when they commit whoredom, nor your spouses when they commit adultery. For themselves are separated with whores, and they sacrifice with harlots. Therefore the people that does not understand shall fall.
We had to think about that, she pulled this, found it, kind of hilarious, you know, because then when you go to this, now it's saying, a little something different. All right. The punishment behind adultery, or a woman sleeping with another man, if they found a man, the punishment was stoning for both of them. So when it say, I shall not punish your daughters, no women are being stoned now because that was his way of punishing the situation. But it's not going to say the her behind is not going to have ovarian cancer. It's not saying that.
All right.
You know what I'm saying? And it's not saying that she won't get killed by the police like you. It's not saying any of that. Because the Most High has specific punishments. If the daughter of a priest played the harlot, she was to be burnt with fire. You know. Then you had the other one with the dust of the tabernacle. You know, if the woman was suspected of having another man, they have slept with another man or anything like that. They had the dust of the tabernacle that was swirled in the water and all of that. And then what would happen is she would drink that, and if she was guilty of the thing, it would cause her thighs to swell, belly to swell, and her thighs to rot. And she would be a curse among her people. We don't do that, that thing today. But what does happen is she ended up getting the smelly vagina any damn way. She done had so many damn dudes inside of it, you know what I'm saying? Well, even though we're not doing so there's no tabernacle with the dust on the floor and all of that stuff, you know. So they don't understand what the Lord say that, you know what I'm saying, that he's not going to punish the daughters. I mean, this won't be a direct punishment. This will just be a recompense of our own deeds.
All right. And then, if I could,
Okay.
the scripture where it's the part after where it says, nor your spouses when they commit adultery, they ain't going around saying, no, there's nothing wrong with having multiple wives, since, the Lord ain't going to punish them. The spouses, the men, for committing adultery. They just want to stick to the females supposedly not getting punished, which is retarded because they're going to get punished. That's obviously not what the scripture talks about.
Right, exactly. Yes, they're going to get punished. Right. But she pulled that scripture, and I start laughing a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like, right. Well, good night. Well, these sisters are trying. You know what? And they try to be super crafty with the scriptures also. They have some understanding, but it's only the understanding to buck against the man. That's it.
Right.
That's why they'll call up, brother hookah or whatever the hell the damn case is to try to get scripture to cut you.
Right.
And they're real good when it comes to learning stuff like that. They're good with that. They try to, trying to get counter. They're good with trying to counter you, not with their no real genuine understanding of the scriptures. They're good with a counter attacks and stuff like that, right. And that's what it be about, They figured just like they was able to do in the past, they could pull a certain scripture, and cut some brother with it, even though she don't even really get the full understanding of the scripture, right? But now they done silenced him, and he's looking at her lightweight as his teacher because he doesn't have the knowledge to break the scriptures down. He don't have the knowledge to do that. We got any questions? Okay. Yeah, let me skip down to the direct. The women also here were in the famine also.
All right.
Okay, yeah, we want to go to yes. Yeah, we want to go to chapter 5 with this. Okay, we can go to Limitations 5 and 1.
Limitation. Oh, it's like, it's like also time check 8:45.
Okay.
Lamentation, chapter 5, verse 1. Remember, O power. It's like, remember, O Most High, what has come upon us, and consider, and behold our reproach. Our inheritance is turned to strangers, our houses to aliens. We are orphans and fatherless. Our mothers are as widows.
That's a hell of a punishment, you know what I'm saying?
Right. Our necks are under persecution. We labor and have no rest. We have given the hand to the Egyptians and to the Assyrians to be satisfied with bread.
There you go. Because with the father's gone, everything, the decisions is left up to the woman, and they gave the hand to the Egyptians, means their strength to the Egyptians and to the Assyrians, just to be satisfied with bread. A temporary pleasure. Something very temporary.
Right. Verse 7. Our fathers have sinned and are not, and we have borne their iniquities. Verse 8. Servants have ruled over us. There is none that doth deliver us out of their hand.
Check this out. We skip down to verse 10.
Verse 10. Our skin was black like an oven because of the terrible famine.
So what happens with famines, people go through famine, their skin gets even darker. It becomes like this pale, black. It becomes like that because they're famished. The skin don't have the luster to it no more. When they're going through that famine. Go ahead.
Verse 11. They ravished the women in Zion.
They raped the women.
And the maids in the cities of Judah.
Right, because what did they do? They killed the men. Right. This stuff sounds pretty, familiar. It sounds pretty, much like a lot of stuff that's happened here in America.
Right.
And see, here is another scripture that I probably want to hop to this point and then close it out. The scripture that it talks about they to be slain, because they can sit there and talk about, yeah, black man, he getting killed and he getting this and that. But it's a scripture that talks about it's better, the ones that are slain by the sword are better than those that are slain with hunger.
Right.
She called it the worst. Just like when you go into what is it, Isaiah, the third chapter, when it talks about the man being slain by the sword and her being desolate and set up on the ground. She threw a word. His death is quick. You know what I'm saying? Hers drags out. You know what I'm saying? She catches it. She called it the worst. So, I mean, they got to think about stuff like that also, because they can't. They're not going to be able to sex their way out of stuff. If they were able to do it, then why the hell they do it then? Back here then. You know what I'm saying? All the black women that they hung and stuff like that, they wasn't like, no, I ain't gonna hang you. I just rather have sex with you. Keep you around. Marry you and all of that. No, that's not the case. Once they get that race, she don't even understand that she belongs to a race of people that are hated. And she don't understand that. So in their rage, they will certainly murder her also, or either they'll rape her and then kill her. You know what I'm saying? They'll do that too.
All right.
That being said, we have the I.S.U.P.K. coming out of 1 West on the 25th Street, Harlem, New York, and the Commander GEN.YAHANNA. Pay your tithes. The Passover will be coming up here soon. And with that being said, we'll pass the class over.
Wow. I.S.U.P.K. security announcements. We are the I.S.U.P.K. Started out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rule for new brother and sister. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There is another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6-month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. Numbers chapter 18, verse 21. Malachi chapter 3, verse 8 through 10. Means tenth in the Hebrew, ma'ashra. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you. Give to treasury department or teacher. Priest fund, free will offering for priest, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like. Upcoming holy convocations. The Passover will be coming up. Date to be announced. If anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, to start wearing all black, boots, shirt, pants, headband, scarf. That being said, Majim Wapanya Hakidam means rise and face the east. We're going to do the Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. Abanawa, Shabbat Shemayim, Kodash, Hayah, Shemka, Yahweh, Malakwaka, Taba'ah, Ratzazaka, Hayah, Aisha, Ba'aratazah, Kawa, Hayah, Bashamayim, Nathanawa, Lakam, Kal, Yawam, Wasalaknawa, Kawawakinawa, Kasalaknawa, Kawabwakinawa, Wala'ah, Tabayayanawa, Panasai 1, Abal, Awashayanawa, Mayan, Rad, Kaya,
Ya,
Ka,
Ka,
Hamalakwa,
Malakwa,
Waha'ala,
Allah,
what the power,
but the power,
Lawalamyo,
Awalayo,
Aman,
Aman,
in English. Our Father which art in heaven,
our Father which art in heaven,
hallowed be thy name.
hallowed be thy name.
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
thy kingdom
thy
come,
kingdom
thy
come,
will be done
thy will be done
in earth
in earth
as it is in
as
heaven.
it is in heaven.
Give us this day
Give us this day
our daily
our
bread,
daily bread.
and forgive us our debts
Forgive us of our
as
debts,
we forgive our
as
debtors.
we forgive our debtors.
And lead us not into
And lead us
temptation,
not into temptation,
but deliver us from
but
evil.
deliver us from evil.
For thine is the kingdom,
Thine is the kingdom,
and the power,
and the power,
and the glory,
and the glory.
forever. So be it.
Well, so be it.
Pray for the hakak, the power in the Hebrew. Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Ba'ashem,
Ba'ashem,
Yahweh Shai,
Yahushua,
Babakushah,
Yahushua,
the thunder now,
Thunder now,
hakak,
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 Ra'apa'ah,
Arpa'ah,
Kamakala,
Ramakala,
Ukamaruwa,
Ramadawa,
hakak,
Hakak,
Ratahar,
Atahar,
Hamatazarayim,
Tazariah,
hakak,
Hakak,
Rahakwil,
Haku,
Hamathiel,
Matthew,
hakak,
Hakak,
Arkawa,
Arkawa,
Hatama'ala,
Tama
the
Allah,
Gershon,
Yarsha,
Ba'ashem,
Ba'ashem,
Yahushua, the
Yahushua,
Water
the water of mud.
in the English. Yahweh,
Yahweh,
in the name of
in
Yahushua,
the name of Yahushua,
please give us the power,
please give us the power
to heal
to heal
all manner of sickness
all manner of sickness,
and all manner of disease,
all manner of disease,
the power to cleanse the lepers,
power to cleanse the leper,
the power to raise the dead,
power to raise the dead,
the power against unclean spirits,
power against unclean
to
spirits,
cast them out
cast them out.
in the name of
In the
Yahushua.
name of Yahushua,
Thank you.
thank you.
So be it.
So be it.
Pray for the blessings in the Hebrew. Barakatah Yahweh.
Barakatah Yahweh.
Why Yahweh Shai?
Why Yahushua?
Why Ma'aka Allah?
Why Maka Allah?
Why Alahayo?
Why Allahayim?
Mataz Abiyah.
Azabiyah.
Alawap Yahanna.
Alawap Yahanna.
Ha Alawap Yo.
Alawap you.
Ha Saranyo.
Azrael.
Ha Kotazayanyo.
Azrael.
Ha Kayayo.
Azrael.
Why Akwatyo.
Why Aquaki?
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Ba'ashem Yahushai.
Ba'ashem Yahushua.
Water
Water of mud.
in the English. Bless you, Yahweh.
Bless you, Yahweh.
And Yahweh Shai.
And Yahushua.
And Michael.
And Michael.
And the angels.
Angels.
Commander General Yohanna.
GEN.YAHANNA.
The generals.
General.
The captains.
Captains.
The officers.
Officers.
The troopers.
Troopers.
And the sisters.
And the sisters.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
In the name of Yahweh
In the
Shai.
name of Yahushua.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So be it.
So be it.
Anointing prayer in the Hebrew. Yabaraka Yahweh.
Baraka Yahweh.
Wayashamarka.
Yashamarka.
Ya'or Yahweh.
Oh Yahweh.
Panyawa.
Panyawa.
Aryaka.
Aryaka.
Wayakanka.
Kanka.
Yasha'a.
Yasha'a.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Panyawa.
Panyawa.
Aryaka.
Aryaka.
Wayashamlaka.
Yashamlaka.
Shalom.
Shalom.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Ba'ashem Yahushai.
Ba'ashem Yahushua.
Barak.
Barak.
Rapah.
Rapah.
Magan.
Gun.
Hagan.
Gun. All destroyed of Israel.
All the short of Israel.
Done.
The Thurman family.
Thurman family.
The Sutton family.
Sutton family.
The Puckett family.
Puckett family.
The Hill family.
Hill family.
The Wright family.
Wright family.
The Johnson family.
Johnson family.
Done. Ba'ashem Yahushai.
Ba'ashem
The
Yahushua.
water Aman.
Water of mud.
In the English. Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Bless thee and keep thee.
Bless thee and keep thee.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Make his face shine upon
His
thee.
face shine upon thee.
And be gracious unto
And
thee.
be gracious unto thee.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Lift up his countenance upon thee.
Lift up his countenance upon thee.
And give thee peace.
And give thee peace.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
In the name of Yahushai.
In the name of Yahushua.
Bless.
Bless.
Heal.
Heal.
Shield.
Shield.
Protect.
Protect.
Names of loved ones we just named.
Names of levels we just named.
The blessings in the Hebrew, in the English. Salaki, the curses in the English. Blessed unto Yahweh.
Blessed are you, Yahweh.
King of heaven and earth.
King of heaven and earth.
And all things living.
All things living.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
In the name of
In
Yahushai.
the name of Yahushua.
Listen to us now.
Listen to us now.
Right now.
Right now.
Send evils and curses.
And evils and curses.
And punishment and destruction.
Punishment, destruction.
to the
to
heathen
the heathen
that speak against us,
to speak against us,
thy
thy
prophets,
prophets,
the teachers,
teachers,
the princes,
princes,
the priests,
the priests,
the Israelite brothers,
the Israelite brothers,
and the school,
and the school,
send evils and
evils
curses,
and curses,
and punishment and
and
destruction
destruction
to the
to
heathen,
the heathen,
and shake loose
and shake loose
the treasure
treasure
of the rich of
of the
Israel
rich of Israel
that refuse to give to the
that
school,
refuse to give to the school,
force their
force
riches
their riches,
to enter into thy
into thy
sanctuary,
sanctuary,
send evils and
evils
curses,
and curses,
and punishment and
punishment,
destruction
destruction
to the
to the
Edomites
Edomites,
and the
and the
nations
nations,
and their drug
and the
dealers,
drug dealers,
the court system,
court system,
the prison system,
prison system,
Planned Parenthood,
Planned Parenthood,
all the governments of our enemies,
all the governments of our enemies,
Amalek synagogues and armies,
Amalek synagogues and armies,
Roman Catholic Church,
Roman Catholic Church,
the Pope,
the Pope,
Islam,
Islam,
Christianity,
Christianity,
Egyptology,
Egyptology,
militia,
militia,
Ku Klux
Ku
Klan,
Klux Klan,
Aryan
Aryan
Nation,
Nation,
skinheads,
Skinheads,
Posse Comitazi,
Posse
the
Comitazi,
gay
gay
movement,
movement,
the lesbian
lesbian
movement,
movement,
spies,
spies,
workers of witchcraft,
workers of witchcraft,
NASA space program,
National Space Program,
Army,
Army,
Navy,
Navy,
Air Force,
Air Force,
Marines,
Marines,
Wall Street,
Wall Street,
open up the internet
open up the internet
and the airways,
and the airways,
the cable access channels,
cable access channel,
and the radio
and
channels.
the radio channel.
Convict the spirit
Convict the spirit
of any of thy people
of any of our people
that seek to stop us
seek to stop us,
and bring swift destruction
bring swift destruction
to all the heathen
to all the heathen,
that stand in the way
stand in the way,
or try to stop us
try to stop us
from broadcasting your words
broadcasting your word
throughout the planet Earth.
throughout the planet Earth.
Let loose all the
Let
plagues.
loose all the plagues,
Cause them to go to and fro
cause them to go to and fro
through the earth
through the earth
and consume them.
and consume them.
Let the plagues
Let the plagues
shake the house of the thief
shake the house of the thief
and the murderer.
and the murderers.
Let Yahweh
And
shine,
Yahushua,
Michael and
Michael
Gabriel
and Gabriel,
come down
come down
with the flying
with the flying
saucers
saucers,
and punish all the
punish
heathens
all the heathen
that come up against us
come up against us.
as we speak thy
As we
word.
speak thy word,
Cause to be known
cause to be known
by all
by all
that it is the angels
that is the angels
that have done it.
that have done it,
Cause to be spread
cause to be spread
through the
through
media
the media
throughout the whole
throughout
world.
the whole world,
Causing the shake of thy
causing
coming.
to shake at thy coming.
In the name of Yahweh
Maybe I was shy,
thank you always.
you always,
So be it.
so be it.
So, we turn, face the teacher. We're going to teacher courtesy salute. Men of Israel, Mam Shabbat, Aymajo, Barak, Yahweh Hashem Shah Barakathon,
Yahweh Shem El Shah Barakathon.
Yasmatah, Sar, turn, face the sisters. Men of Israel, Amadu Shabbat, Aymajo, Barak, Yahweh Shamar Al-Tab, Hashem Shah. Yasmatah, class dismissed.